How's it going, guys? Hope everyone had a wonderful Labor Day weekend. And for those of you who are not working today, congratulations. All right, we're gonna get into this other project that I've had in the back burner for like 2 or 3 months. We're gonna bring it back around, which is the full-size hand that we've been working on. If you guys like sculpture, makeup, special effects, mold making, any of that fun jazz, you should totally follow me on whatever you're watching on, and then also hit up my YouTube where you can see all the past projects that we've worked on and how the projects have gotten to where they are right now. And go join the Discord, particularly if you are a art or creative person, like an artistic person. You can post your work, and you can also see some of the really cool stuff other people are posting. So do it up. And without further ado, let's get into it. So we've been working, we life casted someone's hand, and we have been, it was Kyle does art. I don't know if you guys are, for those of you who know, you know. We did a whole stream where we life casted his arm and his hand, and we poured clay in, and it got us the general shape, but there's a ton of like air bubbles and cracks and things like that that we are going to be working on that we have to fix up. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Once the hand is done, we have the full arm we also have to do, which is, I'm sure, going to be a laborious process to say the least. So let's get into it. All this like leftover, I don't know how much you guys can see it, this like white junk is all leftover alginate from when we life casted the hand that is like embedded into the clay. I think I'm going to try and get most of this off today. We'll see. It's tedious because I don't want to get rid of the texture, and if we go too hard, we'll totally get rid of the texture. So we just got to be careful. It's like art restoration, super tedious. The other little severed hand we were working on is all done. The mold, I have to tap fiberglass tomorrow. But otherwise, the sculpt itself is done. The walls for the mold are built up. So I just remembered something. It's apparently some dude who's making really big trolls out of lumber. Like recycled lumber, some artist. I need to look him up. I'm going to try and remember to do that. Also, I almost broke off a finger. Bam. Or I did break it off. We have to get that back into place. So let's actually do that before this gets too far here. Pedro, thank you so much for the follow. Which one do I want to heat up first? Let's heat this one up first. Looking good. Hey Glitch, how's it going? How's your day? Taking off too much there, guys. Yeah, like I said, if you guys want to see like all the different streams that led us to where we are, check out the YouTube channel. All my past streams are posted there. Where we did the live cast. It was already like 2 or 3 months ago, I want to say, when we actually did the live cast. I think it's been longer, like 4 months ago. We have his full arm. This is just the hand. We have to clean up the full arm, but the hand is really important. A lot of people know what a hand looks like, so if anything's gonna be messed up on a hand, you gotta address it, you know? Liquid clay. Adriana, thank you for the follow. Yeah, like I said, if you guys like special effects, sculpting, mold making, you found the place to be. The sad part was I literally damaged this finger right before stream started, so it was fully attached, and I bumped it. So yeah, sad days. Sad days. Are you gonna literally make me do that? You are, aren't you? Again, we want to keep as much of the original cast as we can, right? Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. Chris, thanks for the follow. Hope everyone's Labor Day was exciting. Or chill, I guess. You know, whatever you're into. Game is a whole lot of likes. Thank you. Surely, thank you for the follow. I need a different sculpting tool. Where's the one I'm looking for? It's always like a risk going through my sculpting tool because I know sculpting toolbox because I know there's always a chance I'll stab myself with like an X-Acto blade or something along those lines. Where did it go? Literally. What the deuce? I think it might have grown little sculpting legs and walked away. Okay, here it is. Gotcha. Bam. Awesome. I know nothing about this. Is that one big ball of clay, or have you ever sculpted around an object? It's one big hand of clay. Yeah, it's pretty much a solid chunk of clay. Yeah. Never. I've sculpted a great many things. Around things, not around things. We life casted a hand and an arm on a past stream, and then we did it was a silicone life cast. So then we poured clay into the life cast, and that got us most of this. But now we have the arduous process of cleaning up the life cast, which is a lot of detail work. It's a lot of like trying to match skin textures and things like that. And not breaking it like I did a little bit ago. Not breaking the finger right off, which is what happened, so. I literally did that right before stream. It was quite unfortunate. But we melted it back together, so it's a win. I'm just happy to be working back on this project. It was It's been a while since we worked on this project, and we have a ways to go. So. And you did. What did you end up sculpting? It's awesome. Happy when I can help out and get some inspiration going for you guys. And all your silicone expired? No! That sucks. Did you at least run a test to see if the silicone was actually bad, or did you just look at the expiration and call it good? Sometimes you can still get away with it, depending on how expired it is. You know what I mean? It was solid, both A and B. Oh, that sucks. What did you end up sculpting? It's really cool to hear. I think it's really awesome. If that's like the bare minimum, as I randomly inspire people to get back to their art, I think that's a win, right? It's a good thing. Got more canned air. Fuck yeah. Need a mask made? Make a mask. What are you waiting for? It's getting to be that time of the season. Everyone needs a mask. Creepy obelisk type thing, similar to my profile pic. Oh, okay. I guess you'll need some more. I guess you need some more silicone. Not for Halloween. Oh shit! What kind of mask you trying to get? Dan, thanks for the follow. Need to sell some stuff you're broke. I know the feeling. How do you sell your stuff? Do like an Etsy? Cassandra, thank you for the follow. I hope your Labor Day weekend has been exciting or chill, depending on what you want it to be. Purple letter. Holy cow, thank you. Thanks for the holy cow. And also, guys, thanks for the likes. We already got like 500. That's awesome. Thank you. Mostly, I do a lot of Halloween costume. Oh, nice. It's great when you can work locally, make some money, you know? Work with your community is always good. There's a filter of a clown I use for TikTok video, but it's not available in live. Huh. Okay. We might have to fill in this gap a little bit. There's a little too much of a seam right there. The clown live too. Gotcha. What clown is it? It's like a famous clown or what? Damn, 981 likes. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Cassandra, cool. Yeah, thank you. Went to school for art. What did you what do you what did you want to do, or what do you do? Ah, gotcha. Okay. I can check it out after stream for sure. I am pretty handy. I knew that was going to start. I knew it was going to start. It's only a matter of time. I thought I had a hand on things, but start making hand. That's true. I had to wait. I had to wait. This is true. You know, you'd think that, but I actually don't. Generally don't do shit for Halloween. I think I got Halloweened out as a kid. Sure. Chill out, finger. House of Geekiness, thank you for the follow. You're okay with sculpting. He has everything else against him. Can't get this. Can't seem to figure it out. I hate it when that happens. Where's the sculpting tool that's going to stab my fingers while I'm looking for it? Because my fingers are too large and stupid, I'll smush all the fine detail. Where's the... side. Come on. There we go. Yeah, the seaming could have been better, but it'll work. Glates? What? Well, and I lost the tool. There it is. This is the type of project where your eyes will totally go cross-eyed because you're focusing too much on too small of an area. Corinne, thank you for the follow. Hey, thanks anyone that's sharing the live. I really appreciate it. Whoa! Sculpting tool. Calm down. I need to reglue the sculpting tool together. Damn fingers. So now we have to fix the inside of this finger, which should be a good time. Should be a lot of fun. Megan, thank you for the follow. Here's hoping I don't bust that finger off again. Maybe I should have sculpted the inside of the finger before I stuck the finger back on. Maybe that would have been the wise thing to do. Wow, that was working. I don't even know what you call that. The whole finger's a phalange. It's like this section, I'm sure, has its own name. That was tedious. We still have to get up inside this area right here. She's got a bunch of striations from the casting. Decom, thank you. It's coming along. You know, taking forever. You know, detail work is tedious, but it is coming along. Can't wait till the project's at least until I get the chance to move on to the arm. Hand is super tedious. I feel like the arm will be a little bit easier. Not as much weird, like, I don't know, dynamic shapes going on, maybe? Whoa. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. We aren't dropping this thing. Not today. Not today. Okay? Hopefully. Art takes time. Yes, don't. I'm working on it. We are, like, precariously balancing it. So... Deckham, do you do, are you a creative individual as well? You also draw. Cool. What instruments do you play? How long have you been playing? Guitar, bass, ukulele, and harmonica. Nice. Thank you, Glitch, for posting the Discord. That's always nice. Never messed around with a harmonica. I can get by or get myself into trouble with guitar and bass. Also never messed around with the ukulele. Just a few years. That's pretty cool. I had a friend who was into ukulele. I feel like with ukulele I'd have to learn all new chords, right? This is how little I know about it. It's not the strings aren't like that of a guitar or a bass, right? The lineup, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm full of shit. I thought they were different, but that's how little I know about ukulele. And harmonicas have, I actually always thought they'd be super awesome. I wanted to learn how to play a harmonica after I learned, or after I was a fan of, oh God, what fucking Black Sabbath song is it? My brain is so fried today. Is it Wizard from Black Sabbath, I'm going to say? I think it has like a harmonica opening. Harmonica opening. I think I put a harmonica in my mouth once, and I was like, "Yeah, I can't do this." that was the end of it. Tripetta? I can't even say that. Tripetta I. Thank you for the follow. We're just gonna sculpt in a really super basic fingerprint. We don't need it to be super accurate, right? Actually, the biggest cheat I have found for sculpting fingerprints is, especially if you're sculpting like in real size, like 1:1, would be to heat the clay up and literally just smush your finger into it and move it around and leave a fingerprint behind. Like it does work, but I don't know, maybe I have pretty dominant fingertips. A little different from guitar and bass. It's actually pretty easy to learn in comparison. Okay. Forget. Ukulele, is it 4 strings? 5 strings? I don't remember. I haven't spent as much time on bass as I have guitar, but I still enjoy it. Usually 4. Okay, yeah. I think the part that I always appreciated about the buddy of mine who bought or who played ukulele was how how very portable it was. You could just, it's so small, fit anywhere, compact spaces, you know, and then you could just, you could whip it out and play it on whenever you wanted, lunch break or whatever the case may be. I like that. All right. Rough detail shape of the fingerprint is in. And obviously, you know, we don't need the fingerprint to actually like be a real fingerprint anyways. Actually, for the effect, I won't be surprised if you even see the bottom of the hand. I'm just super OCD, so. And let's see how many more times I can make it, make this thing almost fall. Yeah, exactly. Fits into most overhead compartments. Yeah. Like the acoustic guitar obviously has a similar benefit, right? But it's still bigger, you know? I actually miss my, I had a classical guitar that I trained on. The nylon strings. That was a lot of fun. I miss that thing. Just need a pocket for the harmonica? Yeah, true. I never really messed around with like any type of like, I don't know what you would call them. There's surely a word. Mouth instruments, you know? Again, this would be like anything from a tuba to a clarinet to a flute, you know, anything like that. I never did that. Drums, bass, guitar, all that I messed around with pretty heavily, but never mouth instruments. I really regret saying mouth instruments. I feel like it belittles it. But you know what I'm saying. Wind. There we go. Wind. Wind instruments. Yes. Wait, is the harmonica considered? I mean, it totally is. Is it considered, though, a wind instrument? It must be, right? Wait a minute. No, because like tubas and shit like that, right? And trumpets, saxophone, those are what? Those are brass instruments. Isn't that what they're classically referred to? I mean, they're similar idea, right? Yeah, I got you. Okay. What's our, is it wind? Let's be real. Is it really wind? It's not really wind. How about this? We change them to blow instruments, okay? It's edgy, but I think we could sell it. Dude, I was first chair in my blow instrument. I don't know. I feel like there's a world where we could make this work. It might not be a world that anyone else wants to live in, but, you know, to each their own. Would be a blow and suck instrument. There we go. There we go. This is a BNS. Ooh, a BS instrument? Nah, we can't do that. It's too mean. But I think we're onto something. I think we're onto something. We gotta play this out, okay? I mean, it kind of matches that you kind of have had those instruments together, right? Because you could technically get one of those, there's probably a word for it, those like harmonica holders. God, I'm terrible at terms. The shit that like holds the harmonica, right? You play ukulele while playing harmonica. Bam, done. Actually, I'm pretty sure one of the sculptors on Twitch, Cena, I could be wrong. I think he uses like a modified harmonica holder for his camera, which is like a really good idea. Practice your blow and suck instruments. Oh God, I'd be down. I mean, it's just the rest of the world that's gonna make it dirty and inappropriate. Right now, Billy, how many hours did you practice your blow and suck today, huh? Okay, on a serious note though, and this is how little I know about harmonicas, is some of the is some of the notes and how you work on or play a harmonica, is it actually in the inhale? I didn't know that. I've used it to stream before. Stream art. There you go. Is some of the notes on it on the inhale, not just on the exhale? That's how little I know. Or is it just that you have to inhale that, you know? No shit, really. Huh. The more you know, kids, the more you know. So you stream too. Are you usually streaming like your illustrations and stuff like that, or what? You're illustrating, I guess. I've seen better detailing on the finger, but as a temporary texture just to get it down, I'm not like super upset by it. We'll make this work. Nice. Please don't break this finger off. Not now. I just saw it wiggling and it made me nervous. I'm gonna have to extend some of these, some of this texture down onto his pinky a little bit more. I've just drawn on Instagram like 3 times maybe. I'm thinking about getting into the streaming. It looks pretty fun. It's interesting. I guess overall I've had a really good experience, but I went into it, I think, with like different, maybe a little bit of a different perspective than a lot of people do. Maybe not, I don't know. My argument or my thought was, I'm gonna be doing this shit either way. Might as well stream it, you know? Here's another problem that I suffer from years of creating work, was the fact that oftentimes I would forget to take pictures and get like progress shots. And so streaming to me was this thing where like, oh, I can just stream and I'll have it all recorded. So that was kind of my thought behind it. If I'm going to do it anyways, why not just throw a camera on, you know? And just, I know it sounds like a shitty excuse, but like making shorts for like YouTube and like Instagram and TikTok and things like that, kind of once you get into the like the rhythm of it, you're just constantly thinking like, should I be recording this? Did I record that? Didn't I? You know, where before I mean, the amount of shit I've worked on over the past, say, 12 to 15 years that I have no evidence of because I never thought to grab the camera or take pictures of, is really sad. It's really fucking sad. I made a progressive video. There you go. Yeah, that's what's up. So I would encourage everyone, not necessarily to stream per se, but it holds you to some kind of account. But at least just make sure you're recording your shit. Because even if the shit you're working on later, you're not the biggest fan of, at least you have like, when you're talking about it with someone, you can be like, oh, this thing I did, this project I worked on, and then actually show something from it, you know? Again, even if you're not the, maybe it's not your favorite work or whatever. I forgot you can stream on Instagram. I always forget about that. I don't know if I have enough. I don't know what Instagram's like prereqs are for you to stream on there. I don't even know if I meet them. I think I only have like 600 followers or something. Instagram is definitely one of the ones that I did not spend as much time cultivating. And I'm super down for get other artists out there streaming their shit. I wish we saw way more artists streaming than we did fucking people pretending to be AIs, which still, don't even get me started. I don't fully understand that concept. So it gives more. That's kind of where I'm at too, dude. Editing, there's like a. It is not my main art form, but I've spent many hours doing it. I've learned quite a bit, and there is something to be said for this, like, almost, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, Zen aspect of editing videos. Heather, thank you. I think it's pretty cool too. Thank you. I think there's probably also something to be said just from seeing when you're creating something, the mistakes you make in real time. Meaning, like, say you're illustrating something or sculpting something and you see the final product and maybe you're, you know, more or less happy with it or not. And then you can go back and kind of watch the stream or the streams, be like, oh, I definitely made this mistake or that mistake at this stage. Which I think is probably very, there's a lot of utility in that. There's also a lot of, why, there's a lot of terrible thoughts too. Why did I do it that way? What should I have done? X, Y, Z, you know? Artists are kind of traditionally known for, not being the biggest fan of their work to begin with, so, you know. Or I mean their own work. Chill out, finger. Chill out. Thought about doing that harmonica thing for my camera, but the people I know that have used the harmonica for like the harmonica setup for like holding their camera while they do art, they have a very little camera. I have a big camera, and even if my stream quality doesn't need to be quite as high as it is, I want my record quality to be pretty high. And generally speaking, the smaller the camera, right? Like the less quality, different lenses. I'm kind of like a photographer nerd, so. But I'm super jealous of that ability to just throw on the harmonica mount for your camera, and everyone gets to see exactly what you're seeing, you know? What can I say? She came to me and she was like, hey, I want a self-portrait. I was like, deal. I'll sculpt it. Such a vain woman. Typical, right? I'd like to try sculpting. I've always enjoyed the art form, but I've yet to give it a shot. Do you consider yourself a decent illustrator? Do you like your illustrations? Are you happy with them? The only reason I ask is because, as a general rule of thumb, I think that if you can get by in any type of that's what I'm looking for. Like, obviously music is creative. It's a creative form, right? But it's not the exact type of creativity or like skill-based thing as drawing or sculpting. So I feel like if you can get by in illustration, you can probably get by in sculpting. Both take tons of practice, and one just doesn't mean you can automatically do the other, but there's at least an understanding of, say, light and shadow, things like that. Perspective. I actually can sculpt infinitely better than I can illustrate. I can get by illustrating, but I have a buddy of mine who does a ton of illustrating and painting, and what he can do in, say, 5 minutes versus what I can do in 5 minutes is embarrassing. But sculpting, like, I could probably sculpt just as fast, like a really quick rough design to get an idea across, as he could, say, illustrate it, right? Yeah, they're right. I think, yeah, then, sculpting, the barrier of entry is a little bit higher. You can't just go to your, local Walmart. Well, I don't even know if that's true. Nowadays, I feel like you can buy sculpting stuff, or at least entry-level sculpting stuff, pretty much anywhere. The problem is what you do with it afterwards. Like, what if you make an illustration you really like, and let's say you want to sell it, what do? You frame it, right? Sculpting, you kind of have to know what you want to do with it from the beginning to decide how you're gonna do it. Is this gonna be a ceramic sculpture that you fire in a kiln? Is this gonna be a sculpture that is polymer clay that you bake in the oven? Or in this case, is it gonna be oil-based clay that you're gonna have to make a mold of? So there's a little bit more involved in it for sure. But like baseline sculpting, has a pretty low entry level. It's more of like later on what you want to do. The one thing I've never gotten into, I've done a lot of carving, but never in the classic carving like materials or like chiseling. I will oftentimes find myself with Bondo, plaster, things along those lines, having to sculpt something out of them where you're doing a lot of chiseling and sanding and using Dremels and things like that, right? But I've never set out with like a giant chunk of granite or what is it? Is it limestone I'm thinking of, or something along those lines, and tried to chisel a sculpture from it. I would love to do that. But talk about a high like barrier of entry. You have to, one, get the right tools, and then two, buying a giant chunk of any of that shit isn't easy. But I think it would be a lot of fun. It's like the only thing I've never messed around with. Do you have a place to post art in Discord? I can post something. You tell me what you think. Yeah, absolutely. If you go into my Discord, if you've joined, I think, yeah, you're on Twitch. So if you do exclamation Discord, oh, it looks like you did join. Yeah, you joined. You can post. It depends on what you're posting. There's an illustration channel. There's channels for pretty much anything. If you can't find one that perfectly fits what you're looking for, there's one that's called Other Crafts you can post in. And then generally what I try to do is get people, if you guys get to over level 10 in Discord, you get a permission that allows you to jump into stream chat with me. There's only a handful of people that have actually managed, because honestly, you do have to post a fuck ton in the Discord to get to level 10. But right now, that's the only way I know how to like protect it. Oh, there we go. I just did. Bam. Oh, that's so fucking dope. Why can't I open in browser? I want to see you larger. What medium did you sculpt this in? Or I'm sorry, sculpt, illustrate. Is this digital? I can't tell, honestly. No, it's pen. Is it pen and pencil? Dude, that's so fucking cool. Gives me creepy vibes. Pen and pencil, I'm guessing? Yes? No? Maybe so? I love it. I think it's dope as shit. like spiders. It looks like you got perspective down and everything. Yeah. Just pen and pencil. Curious, how big is the actual drawing? It's a little hard to tell. Is this like a full 8.5 by 11? You guys, when I want to know what I'm talking about, you guys can always go join the Discord. I'm currently talking about a really cool illustration that was dropped in the illustration channel on Discord by Deckham. It's creepy. It gives me like is it Toy Story? Gives me some creepy Toy Story vibes, like Toy Story or Nightmare Before Christmas, or I'm not trying to pawn it off as like being derivative, but I'm like, that's the vibe I'm getting. Creepy attic human skeleton face thing. It's creepy. Spiders. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. If you have an Instagram, if you followed me, I'll check your shit out afterwards. I dig it. Is all your work done physically, or do you do any digital stuff? I'm a huge fan of anything like horror art in general, monsters, things like that. So, I mean, just the content of your illustration already, you're like cheating by me and liking it, right? Could have like the same skill, but it's like I go into it and it's like Winnie the Pooh at a sunset. I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, it's cool. But this particular one is neat because I just think it's fucking terrifying and I love it. It's a little large, maybe 9 by 12. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, fucking creepy. The teeth remind me, like the whole mouth area reminds me of the vampire, I guess you would say, vampire design from the original Fright Night. It gives me those vibes. Fucking terrifying. Any particular inspiration for that piece? Or was it just the things out of your nightmares? Which I'm totally down with too. I think it's badass. To be honest, after a certain point in my creations, I don't feel like there's a lot of creativity. Like there's the original idea of coming up with the thing to do. In this case, this is a hand. This is a life casted hand. So there's like a specific thing and way it has to look at. Other than the skill level to address certain problems and the creativity for creative problem solving to create the effect that we're going to create once this is done. The creativity so much is like it's a hand and we have to get to this effect. But beyond that, I'm not really being that creative, right? Beyond creative like problem solving and skill level. But on other projects I've done, be it the Goblin or like the Chest Burster or some other faces, the Krampus that I've done, the initial creative idea of getting the rough sculpt, which can be done, say, in 10, 20 minutes. After that, after you have the idea, it's just skill execution. I don't know. I'm not a big illustrator. When I do use illustration, it is to show someone what I'm thinking. That's it. So it literally can sometimes look like an insane, just like 5-year-old drawing sketch. But sometimes I'm bummed because of the fact that I feel like certain creative genres are more susceptible, or no, that's not the word I'm looking for. What's the word I'm looking for? They're more apt for free flow creativity. And I think illustration is probably one of those things. I don't know why. I just feel like just let your mind kind of go and travel. It's a little bit easier to do illustrating than it is. I don't even want to say sculpting, but sculpting the way I sculpt. I know some artists that use just like, you've probably heard of like gesture illustration. There's people I know that do that with clay, where they very much just kind of take a giant slab or something like a clay and kind of throw it down and let it kind of become this thing, whatever it is. I always appreciate that. Oil-based clay, I think that would be a nightmare to do, but would be a lot of fun. Only reason to be a nightmare is just because of how sensitive it, how hard it is. So you can't like let any natural things happen. Everything has to be purposeful, you know. I've done digital before. I've had to use a mouse. I don't know a tablet. I usually just draw traditionally. The idea of drawing came from a brown recluse I found in my house and an old small town folklore. Oh, now I need to hear about the folklore, but either way, brown recluse, fucking terrifying. I've seen a handful of them in my day. I'm from the Midwest originally. Vegas based now, but I grew up, spent most of my youth in Michigan, where that was pretty much the big bad spider that everyone grew up learning to fear. There's always talk of fucking black widows and shit like that in Michigan. I don't think I ever fucking saw a black widow. Brown recluse, saw them bitches. I'm pretty sure they look exactly like you're drawing too. I've had enough people now I know that like have owned spiders that I've learned to appreciate spiders, but ultimately they're creepy crawlers. They still freak me out. I think daddy long legs are the only ones that have a pass in my book that I would I'd be like, all right, dude, I will pick you up and transfer you to a safe spot, you know. The rest of them, it's like, sorry, you're not gonna be around for much longer. Say your goodbyes. Do I feel bad about it? Absolutely, I feel bad about it. I wish I wasn't terrified by, terrified. It's not fair. There are people that are way more scared of spiders than I am. Like, way more. I'm just saying that I would need consensual, constant, what is it? Enthusiastic and constant consent for a spider to be on me. Like, you know. I don't think I'd have any issue like holding like a fucking tarantula or any shit like that. Now if that motherfucker goes up crawling up into my beard, nope, done. All right. I'm dying or it's dying. One of those two things are taking place. I was inspired by small town folklore, but I made up my own story for the creature and spread it around my hometown. Nice. I don't think my small town had any fucking folklore that I can think of. I mean, other than just closed-mindedness, but I don't think that was folklore. When I was in college, I dated this chick from New Jersey, and she informed me about the infamous Jersey Devil, which up until that point I had never heard of. Fucking New Jersey has a goddamn folklore cryptid thing. Where I'm from, if there is one, I have no idea what they are. We are arachnophobic, yeah. You love them though? Have you ever had a pet speeder though? Like one time I thought, I did a bunch of research. You know when you go down the rabbit hole and you're like, oh, I'm going to do this thing, or I'm going to, you know, I have full intentions to do this thing. Whoa, Jesus. Goth Boy Ned, hosted with 13 viewers. Yo, Goth Boy Ned, what have you been up to? What are you doing, bruv? I don't even know if they're hearing me yet, but if you are, there you are. What's going on? What you been up to? I was just talking about how I at one time seriously considered getting the Goliath bird-eating tarantula as a pet to help me overcome like all my fears of tarantulas or spiders. And I realized that my fear was pretty minimum to begin with. And beyond that, it seems like people that are super like spider, like people that care for and like spiders, they're not like over their fear of these animals or whatever. These things still have to have such levels of care and respect. So it's not like, oh, you're a pet owner, all of a sudden you don't give a shit about whatever spider it is you find in your house, on your face, or whatever it is. You have 2 tarantulas. I mean, that's cool. What kind are they? There's some really fucking pretty ones. Like I said, the one I was seriously considering was the Goliath bird-eating tarantula. And the reason was honestly pretty practical shit. The thing that almost got me sold on it was the fact that I had read that if you have big fuck-off spiders, it will scare away other fucking spiders. And I loved that idea. The second thing, again, practicality, was that apparently tarantulas and spiders and shit like that, they're like they don't require like large terrariums. Like for example, the bird-eating tarantula thing, I mean, it's big. I think they can get as big as a dinner plate, but let's assume it's not even that. Let's say it's like 6 inches big or something. You can get really fuck off small terrariums. You know, you don't need super large ones, which cost effective and space wise seems right. The thing that actually got me turned off to them when I did the research was like how fragile apparently tarantulas and shit like that are. Green bottle and Arizona blonde. Okay, have to look those up. Apparently, social media algorithms have found out that I'm interested in looking at spiders, you know, if only from a sheer, like, gross or, you know, terror aspect. But there are some really fucking cool looking tarantulas out there. I was looking at one last night that was like all opalescent and purple and shit. It was awesome. I have this thing about fragile pets. So we had praying mantises for a while, and I was never a fan of holding them. And the reason actually was not because I was scared of them, because I think praying mantises are dope as shit, to be honest. The reason I want to hold them is because I was afraid that if one like decided to fuck around and just be, you know, an animal and like fly up or like jump or something like that, that I would have some like innate reaction, like knee-jerk reaction, that I would crush them. You didn't want to crush them. Exactly. I would just like freak out and like fucking murder it, right? I didn't want to do that. Yeah. I had 2 before then. They had died, save for my neighbor who was keeping in a cupboard and not feeding them. That's sad. So I took them from him and didn't think he was responsible enough to keep them as pets. Well, it doesn't sound like it. I mean, I don't really know how much you're supposed to really give it. Like, what the story you just in that one brief comment, you know, or that chat, like, sounds like terrible. But then when I look up online, apparently spiders are like super low. What's the word I'm looking for? Like low work pets, right? Other than getting them a good like situation set up, they seem pretty chill. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure that some spiders take more work than others, but it seems to me that they like, again, like small terrarium. Like my wife Glitch, she has a snake, and it's just a corn snake, and the amount of like lizard, like anything lizard or like reptilian and shit like that you need to have so much space depending on the size of the critter and blah 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 blah. I'm pretty sure that like tarantulas and spiders, like you like a 6-inch tarantula, like you can keep in a fairly small area. I'm sure it depends on the breed and like how they habitate, how they live. I don't know. I'm not a spider dude. I went down the rabbit hole with the bird-eating tarantula, and that is the beginning and end of my knowledge. Actually, the cruelest joke ever. You also have 2 snakes, Mexican black king snake and corn snake. The Mexican black king snake sounds scary. The corn snakes, they're kind of goofy. I love them. My buddy, he had some type of, I think they're called, forgive me if I'm wrong, I don't know if this will be the time he randomly joins chat. Some type of like orb weaving spider, I'm pretty sure. And the motherfucker and I love this dude to death, but the motherfucker kept the terrarium in the bathroom on the back of the toilet. It was a fairly decent sized terrarium too, for what ultimately was a spider I never saw, but I can only assume was not that big. So anytime you go over to his place, you'd have to take a shit or, you know, piss with the fucking speeder right there. And like, I appreciate the irony or like the gag, right? I never saw it. Whatever this thing was very, I guess, timid or whatever. And like, you could tell there was definitely a spider in there because the motherfucker had, I mean, there's so much webbing and stuff inside this terrarium. So you knew there was something in there, but I actually never saw it. And when he talked about it, it was very much like it was a person to him. I'm like, that's really cool, dude. Maybe you could put this person that you care about deeply inside your fucking bedroom and not in the goddamn bathroom on the back of the toilet seat. Like, this is just an idea. Just an idea, okay? Because maybe someday you'll have someone who isn't as cool as I am, you know? They normally just stay in the burrow. Yeah, that's generally what this was. I guess, because that's true. If you wanted to take a shit, you had to turn your back on it. You had to just be like, oh God, I'm shitting. And it would work as either an enema or obviously a constipation device. You'd either be too scared to shit or you would shit immediately out of fear. I don't know. Actually, I take it back as a genius idea. Those pet owners out there, if you have cool people as friends, put your fucking pet spider on the back of your toilet. I'm sure it will, at the bare minimum, lead to some amazing stories. Like we had our corn snake, a different corn snake at the time, get out a while back. And my biggest fear and the biggest reason I was like, I mean, other than being like, hey, we have cats and we really don't want our corn snake out and about and fucked with by the cats. Beyond that, my biggest fear was honestly that like my big dumb human brain, like in the middle of the night, this corn snake or something would like get up into bed with us, touch my toes, and in a fit of primal rage, I would throw the damn thing across the room or something like that, you know? Most small animal pets, my biggest fear of them is I will hurt them. And I think this all comes from when I was a kid. I don't remember how old, very young. Like, well, maybe not very young, like 10 or 9 or 8 or something like that. I went over to my buddy's house and he had a gecko. Was it a gecko? I think it was a gecko. And I, of course, thought this thing was amazing. And he took it out, and he was also about my age. We were holding it and like talking about it or whatever. I gave it back to him, and I thought it was cool as shit. I wasn't scared or nervous or nothing. And the fucking gecko, out of nowhere, just leapt at my face. Like, it just leapt at me. And in like a fit of stupidity, I was like, blah! And my hands went flapping, and I smacked his gecko, and it went flying somewhere. I think we spent the next hour and a half looking for this goddamn lizard. Luckily, we found it. It wasn't hurt, but I mean, it could have been hurt, right? And I think my fear of small pets comes from that exact thing. You love all these animals, yeah. If you watch some stuff on spiders, I recommend Exotic Lair on YouTube. Guy has hundreds of tarantulas. What is it about tarantulas and spiders that people treat those pets as like the same, like tattoos? Have you ever met those people, and maybe you guys are some of those people, I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying, okay, they get a tattoo, and then it seems like no matter what else is going on in life, their whole other goal is to just get more tattoos. I feel like tarantulas and like snakes and stuff like that they're like tattoos. You can't have just one. All of a sudden you're just collecting tons of these things. Oh shit. Also, Gothboy, what were you streaming? You're addicted to tarantulas, snakes, and tattoos. Bam. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. It's like my wife. That's fucking cool as shit. What does the symbol on the skull's forehead mean? Again, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's really unique. You know, people would get it. Maybe it's because of how easy, not easy. I feel like I really don't want to say shit like how easy it is to keep a snake or how easy it is to keep a spider, because then terrible people who think it's so easy will go and do those things. But while there are crazy cat ladies, generally speaking, when it comes to mammals, people do not get one cat and think that they need 800 cats, right? Generally. It must be the fact that this is like a contained thing, right? I don't care if it's a fish, a snake, a tarantula, whatever the case must be. When it's the fact that you can just like, once you get enough shit to take care of one tarantula, really how much like quote unquote more expensive or space does it take up to take care of another tarantula, so on and so forth, right? So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Currently in the process of moving house, so I've been packing and just chilling on stream. Nice. Is the move a good thing or a bad thing? You excited for the move? Not to say moves can only be good or bad, but generally people are either excited to do them or not interested in it at all, and they're doing it by necessity. It's so worth it. How far do you have to travel for the move? My last move, I had to travel 300 miles. Moving long distance is garbage. Don't. You can avoid it. Do so. Actually, I'm taking that back. Move long distance as much as you can. It's garbage, but I'm willing to bet that if you get a choice in where you're moving and it's long distance, you'll probably be happier. But either way, it still sucks. It still fucking sucks. There's no good part about it. 4 to 5 hours? Damn. Yeah, that's some distance. My last move was San Diego. Yeah, you're making actually a longer move than me. My last move was San Diego to Vegas, and goddamn, we even had like moving company help and shit, and that still sucked. I think the thing for me is I don't like packing. That is the part that gets me the most. I fucking hate packing. If there was a company, they could make so much money. I believe they really could. A company, and there are some companies like this, but they usually charge by like the load or something. But if there was a flat rate company that was like, for $500, we will come and take all your shit. Anything that's in the house, anything that's like in the property around the house, $500, we'll come and take everything. They get the money, right, from getting me paying them $500. And then if, God forbid, there's something they can resell, or not God forbid, but ideally there's something they can resell, they make even more money. I would do that so fast. I don't know how much original shit I would actually take with me, to be honest. I've yet, at my ripe age of 36, to find a loyal couch. This sounds strange, but I feel like my parents, my grandparents, and everyone before me, generationally speaking, has had the couch they finally found, and it's been like a family heirloom, and it's been awesome. There's garbage couches out there, okay? Garbage couches. Doing this all yourself in a fucking van? Kudos. Have fun. What's your deadline? How long are you giving yourself to make the final move? Through 2 to 3. I can't blame you, dude. I swear that like there are no good furniture companies anymore. I can't even think of a couch that I have appreciated as an adult since I've left my family. Actually, even then, some of the couches I had growing up were garbage. Also, bear in mind, I'm 6'5", so my standard for couch appreciation comes with some standards that maybe other people wouldn't have. Not to mention the fact that I'm pretty sure my appreciation for like furniture is going to be based on its ability to be cleaned and how fucking hot it is. There are too many garbage couches out there. They used to make couches to last, but now they make them to break, so you have to buy a new one. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my point. Yeah. I won't even say just garbage couches. I think I would literally say garbage furniture. When we were looking for a couch, we ended up, you know, going through the all-hated Wayfair on our last one because we were moving across the state. We didn't have time to like furnish and shit, so we ordered some shit, right? And of course, that's like the worst idea to do for couches and any type of furniture is to order it because you don't ever get the chance to sit in it. But I was so frustrated that by the time I actually fucking got here to Vegas, I did go and look for couches with a buddy of mine who was moving out as well. And even then, really unimpressed with what I'm seeing. I want some really simple metal frame cushiony shit. Okay? Weld that shit together, make a badass frame for it. Doesn't have to look cool, it just has to be cool, okay? While working as well. Damn! I work from home most of the time. It's still rough. It's a lot of work. Moving can be very tedious. Although, interestingly enough, I would almost say that my last move was the best move I've ever had. I think it was because we were at the same place for so long that by the time we moved, we were able to get rid of most of the shit that we had. So it was like it was rejuvenating getting rid of all the garbage, you know? The thing I was, I think, most terrified by and also appreciating when we got our newest couch was the fact that it had USB charging like female sockets in it. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Since then, I've used it and I appreciate it. But also, the whole thing, I'm pretty sure, is made out of plastic. So I don't think it's going to last that long. This is why I need to learn how to weld more efficiently and just make my own shit. You know, and I'm not too picky about the price of furniture as long as the price is justified by like its durability, I think. And it just feels like durability, like I think you guys mentioned earlier, is not really one of the things that's measured anymore. I'd rather take like a super basic couch that's super durable with no USB charging than one that's the same price but has like all these fancy features and shit. I just have to figure out my own welding techniques, okay? And like rivets and shit, and we're done. I'll have my own line of furniture, okay? That's the goal. It's interesting because I'm pretty sure when people move, they probably wouldn't mind moving things like a couch or like a table or something like that if they believe it to be like super sturdy and it will last a long time. I think the problem comes when people want to move those things from the idea of like, is it really worth moving this piece of shit, you know? And unfortunately, I just don't think most of the time it is. Sorry if there's any like couch designers out there listening. I'm talking too much shit on them. I also think I'd like my couch cushions to be made out of Tyvek. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's the shit they cover houses with and like amidst, I can't say the word, like during construction when they haven't built up the walls and stuff. I want my couch cushions made out of Tyvek. The shit is for like all weather purposes, can be washed. It breathes, you know, which is important. And I know nowadays they have beds and shit that will they have built-in like radiator systems for you to be able to that's what I'm looking for. To like cool or heat yourself. Couches need that shit. Because I would say I either go like pleather or leather when I have bought couches in the past, mainly because I don't like being hot. Even though those things are hot, once you've sit on them for a while, initially they're very cool. But then you're sticking to them and shit like that. We need something in between. I haven't quite figured that one out yet, but I will. I feel like Tyvek is the answer. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk about couches. I think I would design one that's only held together with like 6-inch lag bolts. So it'd be very easy to disassembled for moving purposes too. Definitely key. That's important. All right, TikTok. Here's the deal. I'm going to keep streaming over on Kick, YouTube, and Twitch, creatively_cursed, okay? My phone's about to die, so TikTok's the first to go. Sorry to say that. So if you guys want to keep watching, again, you're going to have to jump over to Twitch, YouTube, or Kick, creatively_cursed. I also, very excitingly, invite you to come join the Discord where you can post artwork of your own artwork and check out what everyone else is posting. Helps me out a ton. Small community right now, but we're building it slowly but surely. Plus, you can just randomly comment on shit that I post and give me a hard time, which is a lot of fun. So I'll catch up with you guys later, TikTok. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so happy that used up 80% of my battery. Awesome. This tune is giving me heavy 007 vibes for some reason. I don't know why. Hmm. Did you finish the other piece? I finished. Well, I've gotten them all to different stages, depending on which piece you're talking about. Like we have the severed hand that I was working on. That's at tomorrow. Is going to be molded, not a fiberglass. I'll show you where it's at right now. This is what it looks like. So the severed hand has got its mold walls built up. So we're going to be making a fiberglass mold out of it. What other projects do I had? We popped the fire pit. Made a mold out of the flames. So that's this bad boy. This was the fire pit that we sculpted, and then we sculpted the flames, and then we molded them, which are right here. Daddy hand and baby hand, yeah, exactly. This is the mold for the flames of the fire pit. We cut it into 3 parts yesterday, so these are the flames that we're going to wire LEDs into and stuff like that. So we got a lot of projects kind of just like open going on, to be honest. So yeah. If you guys missed the Terrifier, I don't know. We finished the Terrifier stream. Yeah. I might do another makeup stream because I do have some extra gelatin left over. I might do that. Just to kind of go over some makeup effects stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. Tighten these clamps. Hold on a second. Actually, hold on one second, guys. Steve is going to keep you company for a little bit. See him back there? He's looking at you guys, okay? He's going to keep you company real quick. I'm going to step away. I'll be right back. Bam. can I move where we can both see what the fuck it is I'm doing? Yeah, this is tricky to say the least. Ow. Uh-oh. This finger better not break off. And that's when I stabbed the other finger. Whoa. Ow. Damn. Ow. Well, don't do that. What up, Bells? What's going on? Yeah. Don't do that. I'm testing how I want to do this texture right here. You know, it's going. I'm not gonna lie. The last few months have been pretty crazy. Okay, pretty crazy. Emotionally, physically, philosophically crazy. I hope things have been going smooth for you. It's been a roller coaster. I know that feeling for sure. Hope everything's going smoothly for you as much as it can, considering the roller coaster. I mean, I guess I hope you have your seatbelts on, your roller coaster seatbelts. The fuck? Come on. Ow, fuck. All right. All right, guys. I've been doing this for like almost 2.5 hours, but I think I'm gonna bounce. I'm happy I got in a Labor Day stream, so yay for that. I may or may not stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Actually, I think I might stream tomorrow, but not Wednesday. So I really appreciate everyone hanging out. It's been a blast working on this hand. Got a lot of projects in like the final couple of stages, honestly, of kind of doing some like tedious tasks. So I don't know what the next stream is going to be. It's probably going to be some type of art related stream, but I appreciate everyone who's hung out, and we'll be back tomorrow. I don't know about Wednesday, but 95% sure I'll be back tomorrow. So thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Appreciate it. If you haven't gone and joined the Discord, please do so. Small community right now, but we're gonna grow it. So have a great night, guys. I will catch up with you later. Peace.